Welcome back, everyone. This time we're diving into that post-Christmas schedule for the 2024-25 Paddy Power World Darts Championship. So you've had your Yorkshire puddings, maybe one too many mince pies, but now it's back to that serious business of chasing the Sid Waddell Trophy. Think of this as your insider's guide to the most exciting matchups that are coming up. And what's really fascinating here is we're not just picking up where we left off. The tournament's entering a whole new level of intensity. We're down to the final 32 players. From here on out, every dart thrown has that potential to make or break dreams. So let's unpack this. The tournament resumes on Wednesday, December 27th. We've got 3 days of third round matches ahead of us, and trust me, there are some real nail biters on the schedule. Where should we even begin? Well, you can't talk about the World Championship without mentioning the reigning champion. Luke Humphries is set to continue his title defense against Nick Kenny on Friday evening. Humphries, known for his relentless accuracy against Kenny, who's been on a roll lately with a powerful finishing game. This is a clash of styles, a test of whether experience or momentum will prevail. What are your thoughts on this matchup? Humphries is the proven champion, comfortable under pressure, but Kenny's got that hunger, that drive to prove himself on the biggest stage. I wouldn't count him out. This is the World Championship. Upsets happen. Now, while those matches promise fireworks, we can't forget about some of the other big names in action. Gerwyn Price, a former world champion, is going up against Joe Cullen, and Peter Wright, another former champion, faces Jermaine Wadamina. Both of these matches feature players known for their consistency and scoring power. Do you think experience will be the deciding factor here, or could we see some unexpected turns? Experience certainly plays a role, especially in a high-pressure environment like this. But let's not forget Cullen and Wadamina aren't just there to make up the numbers. They've both got the ability to take down anyone on their day. I think we're in for some unpredictable matches, which is what makes this stage of the tournament so compelling. Now, for those of you who are new to the world of darts, a quick primer on the format. The oche, that's the throwing line, and a leg is like a mini game within a set. Players need to win a certain number of legs to win a set and a certain number of sets to win the match. It's a strategic battle, not just about hitting the big scores. But speaking of big scores, there are some other standout matches in this third round that I think deserve our attention. Let's start with Stephen Bunting, the reigning Masters champion, facing Madars Razma from Latvia. Bunting's been in incredible form lately, and I'm curious to see if he can carry that momentum onto the World Championship stage. Then we have a classic rivalry brewing, Johnny Clayton against Daryl Gurney. These two have a history, and you can always expect fireworks when they meet. Do you think those past encounters will add an extra layer of intensity to this match? There's a psychological element of play in any sport, and when you have players who have faced each other in high-stakes matches before, those memories, those emotions, they inevitably resurface. It adds another dimension to the contest. Here's where it gets really interesting. Australia's number one, Damon Hayder, is up against Luke Woodhouse. Two powerful throwers, both capable of producing those magical moments that get the crowd on their feet. I'm excited to see how that one unfolds. And then there's the young gun Luke Littler taking on the seasoned veteran Ian White. This is a classic example of youthful exuberance versus experience. Littler, at just 19 years old, is already making a name for himself with his calm demeanor and impressive finishing ability. But Wyatt, he's been around the block a few times. He knows how to handle the pressure of this tournament. This one has the potential to be a real nail-biter. What are your thoughts? What's fascinating here is that you have two contrasting styles. Littler with his smooth throw and clinical finishing, White with his more aggressive approach and ability to hit those crucial doubles under pressure. That's a battle of generations, and it's anyone's guess who will come out on top. So we've covered Humphries, Price, Wright, Bunting, Clayton, Gurney, Hayder, Woodhouse, Littler and White. But wait, there's more. We've got a rematch of last year's quarterfinalists. Three-time world champion Michael van Gerwen facing Brendan Dolan. Van Gerwen, the Dutch master, may not be the dominant force he once was, but he's still a formidable opponent. And Dolan, he's no stranger to causing upsets. He'll be looking to avenge that quarterfinal defeat and prove he can go even further this time around. And for those who like to see a bit of flair and showmanship on the oche, keep an eye on the match between Chris Dobby and Josh Rock. Dobby, known for his flamboyant style and ability to hit those clutch shots. And Rock, the Northern Irish sensation, who burst onto the scene with his incredible scoring power. Do you think Rock's youth and aggressive style will be enough to overcome Dobby's experience? It's a tough one to call. Dobby has that composure, that ability to stay calm under pressure, but Rock has this raw talent, this fearlessness that can be incredibly difficult to contain. this one has the potential to be a high-scoring edge of your seat encounter. So we've touched on some of the biggest names and most intriguing matchups, but let's not forget about Scott Williams, last year's semi-finalist, facing off against Ricardo Petresco, the last German representative in the tournament. We've also got Dimitri Vandenberg, the UK Open champion, taking on Callan Ridds, and Kevin Dowitz going head-to-head with Krzysztof Ratajski, Poland's #1. This is what I love about the World Championship. Every match has a story, every player has a dream, and every dart thrown has the potential to create a moment of magic. It's a global spectacle, a celebration of skill and determination, with the tournament reaching this crucial stage. It's a good time to remind ourselves just how much is at stake for these players. The World Championship isn't just about bragging rights. No, it's the pinnacle of professional darts, the most prestigious title a player can win. Exactly. It's the culmination of a year's hard work, dedication, and sacrifice. The winner will not only etch their name in darts history, but also secure a substantial financial reward and a surge in their world ranking. In these earlier rounds, this tournament is full of surprises. Big names have fallen, underdogs have risen, and the pressure is only going to intensify as we move closer to crowning a new champion. What's so captivating about this year's tournament is the sheer depth of talent on display. It's not just a handful of elite players dominating the scene. We're seeing players from all over the world stepping up and challenging the established order. It makes predicting the outcome incredibly difficult, which adds to the excitement. So before we dive back into those mouth-watering matchups, let's take a step back and remind ourselves of the tournament structure for those who might be new to the world of professional darts. Of course, we're currently in the third round with 32 players vying for a place in the last 16. From there, it's a straight knockout all the way to the final on January 3rd. Each round raises the stakes, and every dart thrown carries the weight of a season's worth of aspirations. You know, as we look at these upcoming matches, I can't help but think about those classic encounters we've witnessed at the World Championship over the years. Those moments that have become part of darts folklore, the 9 darters, the last leg deciders, the unexpected comebacks that defy all odds. What are some of your most memorable World Championship moments? So many to choose from. But one that always sticks in my mind is that epic final between Michael van Gerwen and Phil Taylor back in 2013. The atmosphere was electric, the tension was palpable, and the darts being thrown were simply phenomenal. It was a true showcase of skill, determination, and sportsmanship. That's a great one. I'll never forget Raymond van Barneveld's emotional farewell to the sport after his final match at the 2020 World Championship. It was a touching tribute to a true legend of the game. Speaking of legends, we can't overlook the impact players like Phil Taylor and Eric Bristow have had on this sport. They've not only achieved incredible success on the oche, but have also helped to elevate darts to a global phenomenon, inspiring generations of players along the way. Now let's shift our focus back to this year's tournament and talk about some of the players who are generating a lot of buzz. One name that keeps coming up is Josh Rock. Josh Rock. Rock is a force to be reckoned with his aggressive style, his ability to consistently hit those treble 20s. It's a sight to behold. His match against Chris Dobey is one I'm particularly looking forward to. Dobey himself is no slouch when it comes to scoring power. Dobey's known for his flamboyant style and his knack for hitting those clutch shots when it matters most. Do you think experience will give him the edge in this match? Experience is certainly valuable, especially in a high-pressure situation like this. But Rock has this fearlessness, this unwavering belief in his ability that can be incredibly difficult to counter. It's a classic battle of youth versus experience. I think it has the potential to be one of the most exciting matches of the tournament. Another young player making waves is Luke Littler. Luke Littler. At just 19 years old, he's already shown remarkable composure and maturity on the big stage. His match against Ian White will be a fascinating test of his temperament. Ian White. White is a seasoned veteran known for his consistency and his ability to handle pressure. But Littler has this natural talent, this ability to hit those crucial doubles. When it matters most, it's a match that could go either way. That's what makes it so intriguing. Speaking of players who thrive under pressure, you can't discount Michael van Gerwen. Michael van Gerwen, he may not be the dominant force he once was, but he's still a 3-time world champion. He is, and he knows what it takes to win on this stage. Van Gerwen's match against Brendan Dolan is a rematch of their quarterfinal clash last year. Dolan will be looking for revenge, while Van Gerwen will be determined to prove that he's still a contender for the title. It's going to be fascinating to see how that one plays out. Let's not forget about some of the other contenders like Gerwyn Price, Peter Wright, and Stephen Munting. All former major champions with the ability to go all the way. The beauty of this tournament is that anyone can win on any given day. The form bow could be thrown out the window, and it often comes down to who can handle the pressure and produce their best darts when it matters most. It's a true test of character skill and mental fortitude. We've seen so many twists and turns already. I have a feeling there are plenty more surprises in store for us. As we head into the latter stages of the tournament, the drama is only going to intensify. The pressure-coer atmosphere, the roar of the crowd, the weight of expectation, it all adds up to create an unforgettable spectacle. And for those of us watching at home, it's not just about the results. It's about appreciating the skill, the artistry, the dedication of these incredible athletes. Take a moment to analyze their techniques, their strategies, their ability to hit those tiny targets with pinpoint accuracy under immense pressure. It's incredible. It's a testament to the human spirit, the pursuit of excellence, and the unwavering belief in achieving one's dreams. And as we approach the apex of this year's World Championship, I can't help but feel a sense of anticipation, a mix of excitement and nervousness, knowing that we're about to witness history being made. It's a privilege to be a part of this journey, to witness these players pushing their limits and showcasing the very best of what darts has to offer. Who do you think will emerge victorious? Will Humphries defend his title, or will we see a new name etched on the trophy? It's anyone's game at this point, and that's what makes it so exciting. We've got established champions, rising stars, seasoned veterans, all with their eyes on that coveted trophy. It's a global gathering of talent, a testament to the growing popularity of darts worldwide. We're seeing players from all corners of the globe, each bringing their unique style and personality to the oche. It's been an incredible journey so far, and we're just getting to the good part. Think back to those early rounds, the upsets, the comebacks, the moments that left us speechless. What are some of the performances that have stood out to you? Well, one that comes to mind is Luke Littler's composure under pressure. For a 19-year-old to handle the intensity of the World Championship stage like that, it's truly remarkable. His victory over Jamie Hughes was a statement of intent, a sign that he's not just here to make up the numbers. And how about Josh Rock's explosive scoring power? Josh Rock, he's been averaging over 100 points per throw in some of his matches, putting immense pressure on his opponents. Rock's not just hitting the big scores, he's doing it with such consistency and confidence. His match against Chris Dobby has all the makings of a classic A-clash of styles that could produce some fireworks on the ocean. Speaking of Dobby, he's shown his experience and resilience throughout the tournament. He's not afraid to dig deep and battle his way through those tough moments. And let's not forget about the veterans who are still in the mix. Gerwyn Price, Peter W., Michael van Gerwen. They may not be the dominant forces they once were, but they still possess that champion's mentality, that ability to raise their game when it matters most. And don't count out players like Stephen Bunting, Johnny Clayton, and Damon Hayter. No, not at all. They've all been in excellent form leading up to the World Championship, and they're more than capable of making a deep run. This is what's so fascinating about this stage of the tournament. The pressure is, the stakes are high, and every player knows that one bad session, one missed double can send them home. It's a true test of character, of mental fortitude, and of the unwavering belief in oneself. That's what makes the World Championship so compelling to watch. It's not just about the darts being thrown. It's about the stories unfolding, the dreams being pursued, the emotions on display. We're witnessing history in the making. That's something truly special. So as we approach the climax of this incredible tournament, the question on everyone's mind is, who will emerge victorious? Who will it be? Will it be the reigning champion Luke Humphries defending his title? Or will we see a new name etched on that prestigious trophy? It's impossible to predict with certainty. That's the beauty of this sport. The form book can be thrown out the window, and it often comes down to who can handle the pressure, who can produce their best darts when it matters most. So as you watch these final matches unfold, remember that you're not just observing a sporting event, you're witnessing a display of skill, passion, and determination. Pay attention to the nuances of the game, the strategy, the mental battles, the moments that define champions, and most importantly, enjoy the ride. The World Championship is a celebration of darts, a global gathering of talent and passion, and we're fortunate to be a part of it. We've reached the end of our deep dive into the post-Christmas schedule for the 2024-25 Paddy Power World Darts Championship. It's been a good one. We've analysed the matchups, explored the storylines, and debated the contenders. Now it's time for the players to take centre stage and write their own chapters in darts history. We'll be back soon to break down the key moments. We will dissect the drama and celebrate the champions.